All right, hey everybody, Ranger Stacy here, coming to you from Sesquicentennial State Park. And this week we are celebrating the 4th of July. And if you haven't heard, fireworks are not allowed in state parks. So what we're going to do today is a craft where we're going to make our own fireworks. We're going to make our own 4th of July rockets. And when we get done today, we're going to have something that looks like this. Okay, so these are really simple and easy. They don't take a lot of supplies. It should be a lot of stuff that you already have on hand. And to help me with our craft today, our 4th of July rocket craft, I have two special guests with us. I have my daughter Taylor and her friend Paige. And we're doing our very best to social distance. It's a little tricky with the craft, but we're going to try our best. So, first of all, supplies that you need for this craft. You're going to want an assortment of red, white, and blue paper. So any kind of craft paper, actually a lot of this is scrapbook paper, but any kind of different red, white, and blue craft paper you can find will work great. You're also going to want toilet paper rolls, or you can take a paper towel roll and cut it in half like I did with these. You're going to need glue, and then you're going to want something that you can trace to cut these circles out to make the top. And we have a few different examples here. We have container lids. I've got a CD that works really well, and we've got another container lid. So anything that's roughly about 5.5 inches in diameter works really good for the top so that the proportions are right. Okay, then you're going to need a pair of scissors. You're going to need a pencil, and you're going to need a straw, and we bought these really cute red and white striped, or you can do polka dot straws to make the little stick part of our rocket. And then a few things, you can get anything you want to decorate with. You can use regular glitter. We bought glitter paper. We also bought glitter glue pens, so you can use those. And then you can get star stickers or just draw stickers on there if you want to. So it's really anything you have on hand at home will work. So, to start with, we're going to take our toilet paper roll, step one. And we're going to take our piece of paper, and I pre-cut a bunch of paper. When you cut out your paper for your for the base of your rocket, you can cut it a little longer than the roll. You'll have a little overlap there where you can put some glue, and that way it covers up the whole roll. Whereas if you cut it too short, this might be sticking up a little bit. You don't want that. So I'd cut it just a little bit bigger than the roll. So you're going to take your paper, wrap it around, and glue it on. And that glitter paper is pretty thick, so it's a little bit harder to get on there, but just use a little extra glue on that one.
Where's the glue?
Okay, she's got that glue, you've got that glue. And I'll glue mine actually. And you don't need a whole ton of glue. And I was really worried when I did this that the glue would take forever to dry, and it does need time to dry, but not as long as you'd think, which you may be more familiar with the way glue works than I am, but I was worried about it, but actually it worked out just fine. Okay, so once you've got your paper glued around your cardboard roll.
I can't get it.
Yeah, that one's pretty tough. You want help?
Mm-hmm.
Or do you want to just use this one?
I'll use that one.
Okay.
Will you do that one?
Okay, so we've got our base of our rocket here. And I have to use kind of a lot of glue on this one because this paper is super thick.
Oh, that's how you did it. You did it before you wrapped it up.
Yeah, a little bit. It's probably going to come out the sides, but that's okay. All right, so once you've got that step down, and then actually with this really thick paper, if you do buy this glitter paper, I had a few of these little clips sitting around, and I actually clipped it on there to hold it together until the glue dried. It's not really necessary, and it's really not necessary when you're using this more lightweight construction type paper. Okay, so we've got our base of our rocket. How you doing, Paige?
Help. Hard.
Okay,
She needs some clips.
Yeah, let me get you a couple clips to clip yours on to hold it together, okay?
Okay.
Hang on just a second.
Hey, do you think this will hold it together? Yeah. Looks fun.
All right, kiddo. There you go. And there you go. And like I said, normally you'll want to let this glue dry a little bit before you move on to the next step. But actually, like with these two, I had just glued these on and it stuck on. So I was able to go ahead and continue. So once you've got the base of your rocket made, you want to work on the top. Okay, so we're gonna make these. So everybody grab your piece of paper and a pencil and something to trace. Okay, and we'll lay it down on top of the paper. Do you have your paper? Okay, then you're gonna trace the outline of your circle, whatever it is. Okay, and then you're gonna take your scissors and cut the circle out, okay? And it doesn't have to be perfect, just and again, if this is something you're doing, you could always pre-cut the circles like I did. But I mean, I think the kids, you like using scissors, right?
Yeah.
And cutting stuff out, yeah. So scissors are good, but I made a whole bunch of pre-cut circles here too, so the kids could use these too and make another one. All right, so cut your circles out. I'm gonna get our gel pens, our glitter pens out to decorate with.
Is that good enough?
Oh yeah, it's perfect. Okay, so then the next thing you're gonna do is you're gonna take your scissors and you're gonna cut a notch right to the middle. So just anywhere on the circle, you're gonna make that cut to the center of the circle. So basically halfway across the circle.
Is that good?
Yeah, it's perfect.
That's good?
Yep, that's perfect. Okay, so then you're gonna take your two corners and just twist them together until you have a little hat, basically. And then once you get that, and it'll kind of line up on the bottom. And then I just take a little bit of glue and dab it in there like that. And again, that's probably way too much glue, but that's okay. And then actually, this dries relatively quickly too. So if you just hold this for a few seconds, but if you're doing this at home, you'll have plenty of time to do it step by step and let your glue dry before you move on. It's okay. Yeah, mine did that too. It's fine. Yeah, I used way too much glue. Okay, so, all right, now we've got our tops made, right?
Mine's not good yet.
Okay, and then the trickiest part, do you want to use one of these pre-made ones while that one dries?
I'm gonna use this
Okay. So then, the trickiest part is getting the top glued onto the base, okay? So, what we'll do is, and you may find a better system for this, and that's okay. But basically what I do is, I'm gonna take my, let's do this one. I'm gonna take my glue, and I'm gonna put it around the top of the tube, okay? And you want a good bit of glue because the paper, where it touches here, it doesn't make a whole lot of contact, so you want to have plenty of glue on there for anywhere it touches. All right, and then you're going to take your top, your rocket top, and you're going to stick it on just like that. And then what I did was I kind of held it on there for a few seconds to kind of let the glue dry just a teeny tiny bit, just long enough where I didn't think it would fall off. So you may want to kind of hold it on there. Ooh, Paige, I love your blue rocket. That's awesome. Let me see yours, Taylor. Oh yeah, that looks really good. Nice job. Okay, so this is the trickiest part, is just being patient enough once you attach your two parts that you made, to let that glue dry, okay? But when you're done, you'll have something that looks like this. And I just glued this one on probably 5 minutes ago, so, and it stayed pretty well. And then you've got just a few finishing touches. So you can use the glitter glue pens and decorate the outside of your rocket or the top. You can use star stickers and decorate. Do you guys want to do a little decorating real quick?
Yeah.
Okay, so let me give you,
Can you use like glitter pens?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Just tell me if you want a different color. Yeah, so you can write your name on your rocket. You can write USA or 4th of July. Or Taylor, you told me you were going to write NASA, right?
I'm going to write that on the other side. I'm putting it to you.
Okay. Yeah, so this is kind of the fun part, you know, let the kids spend as much time as they want decorating their rockets. That looks awesome. Good job. I love that. And again, you know, just any kind of stickers or anything you've got around the house that you want to put on them. And then there's 2 more steps. One's optional, but the last step is you're going to take one of these straws, okay, and we're going to glue it inside of our rocket. So I just kind of set it in there where I want it, and I'm kind of flattening out the end of the straw just so it glues a little better. And then I'm going to stick just a little bit of glue. You need help, Taylor?
No, look.
Ooh, that turned out nice. Good job.
Now I'm going to put stickers.
Your rockets are way better than mine. All right, I'm going to do like that.
Wait, how do you get these on?
So you have to use a glue dot. That's the other thing. I have glue dots out here too, just in case your stickers aren't sticky, which is what happened to us. But also, I thought maybe the glue dots would work better than glue, but I think actual glue is the way to go. I also tried this with tape, and I did not think the tape worked well at all. So I would go with the glue. It seemed to work really well, and it holds really good. Okay, so once you've got your straw glued in, our rocket's coming along. And then the last kind of optional thing you can do, are you getting it, honey?
No.
Yeah, those glue dots are kind of tricky. Especially, they're probably really sticky right now. Okay, and you may need to let your straw kind of sit still and dry in there for a few minutes. It may take a little time. And then the optional thing you can do is if you want to add these little flames that shoot out of the bottom of your rocket, you can do that. You don't have to. They're cute without them. But if you do want to do that, you're just going to use a really small piece of tissue paper, and you're going to just cut little notches in it like that. And then what I'll do is I'll cut this out, and then it's a little tricky to get the tissue paper glued in to the rocket, but not impossible. Basically what I kind of did the other day was kind of made this like that,
Big stickers.
and then my straw glue is not quite hard yet,
I want these glue dots too.
and then just glue it in just like that. And that's it. You've got your rocket. So when you get done, it might look a little something like this, or maybe like this one, or maybe like the girls with a lot more cool decorations. And that's our 4th of July craft activity. So remember, you cannot have fireworks at state parks. So this is a really fun way to make your own little rockets and pretend you're shooting them around. They also work really well as just decorations around your campsite, or if you're having a cookout or something, you can use these as decorations. So thank you guys so much. Paige and Taylor, thank you for helping me make 4th of July rockets today. You guys did a great job.